What if I told you that you don't need $5,000 a month, or even $3,000, to live a rich and fulfilling life in 2026? What if just $1,000 a month could be enough not just to survive, but to actually feel in control, stress-free, and satisfied with your lifestyle? It sounds unrealistic at first, especially in a world where everything seems to be getting more expensive. But the truth is, most people aren't struggling because they earn too little. They're struggling because their lifestyle keeps expanding to match or exceed their income. Financial minimalism flips this completely. It shows you how to live intentionally, spend wisely, and create a life that feels rich not because of how much you spend, but because of how little you actually need. Financial minimalism is not about cutting out everything fun or living a boring life. It's about removing the unnecessary so you can focus on what truly matters. In 2026, we're surrounded by constant pressure to spend subscriptions, trends, social media influence, and the idea that more is always better. But minimalism teaches the opposite. It teaches you that a better life doesn't come from having more things. It comes from having better control over your time, your money, and your decisions. When you simplify your financial life, you reduce stress, increase clarity, and start feeling richer almost instantly. The biggest mindset shift you need to make is redefining what rich actually means. Most people think being rich means having luxury cars, big houses, and expensive habits. But real wealth is freedom. It's waking up without financial anxiety. It's knowing your bills are covered without stress. It's having time for yourself and the people you care about. If you can achieve that on $1,000 a month, then you are already living a richer life than many people who earn 5 times more but feel constantly overwhelmed. Now let's talk about the practical side. Living on $1,000 a month requires structure, but it's absolutely possible with the right system. The key is to break your expenses into clear categories and control each one. For example, housing might take around $300. If you choose shared living or a lower-cost area, food could be managed within $200. If you focus on cooking at home and planning your meals, transportation might cost around $100. If you use public transit or limit unnecessary travel, utilities and essentials could be another $100. That leaves you with about $300 for savings, emergencies, or investments. This structure creates balance, and more importantly, it creates control. Housing is usually the biggest expense, and it's also where you can save the most money. Financial minimalists don't chase luxury apartments or prime locations just for status. Instead, they prioritize functionality and affordability. Shared apartments, co-living spaces, or slightly outside city areas can cut your rent dramatically. And once you reduce your biggest expense, everything else becomes easier to manage. It's not about sacrificing comfort, it's about avoiding unnecessary financial pressure. Food is another area where most people lose money without realizing it. Eating out frequently, ordering takeout, and buying random snacks may feel small in the moment, but they add up quickly. A minimalist approach to food focuses on simplicity and consistency. Cooking at home, buying groceries in bulk, and planning meals ahead of time can cut your food expenses in half, while also improving your health. It's not about eating less, it's about spending smarter. In 2026, one of the most overlooked expenses is digital subscriptions, streaming services, apps, tools, memberships. These small monthly charges slowly drain your budget. Financial minimalism encourages you to audit everything. Ask yourself, do I really use this? Does it add real value to my life? If not, cancel it. Even removing 3 or 4 unnecessary subscriptions can free up a surprising amount of money every month. Another powerful habit is learning to say no. Most people overspend because they feel pressured social events, trends, lifestyle expectations. That every yes to something unnecessary is a no to your financial freedom. Minimalists understand this deeply. They don't attend every event, follow every trend, or try to keep up with everyone else. They choose carefully, and that choice is what protects both their money and their peace of mind. Living on $1,000 a month also requires you to shift from impulse spending to intentional spending. Before buying anything, you pause and ask yourself one simple question: does this actually improve my life? If the answer is no, you skip it. This single habit can completely transform your financial situation. It reduces waste, increases awareness, and helps you build a stronger relationship with money. Now, let's talk about savings because yes, even on $1,000 a month, you should still save. Financial minimalism is not just about surviving the present, it's about securing the future. Even if you can only save a small amount, consistency matters more than size. Over time, those small amounts build into something meaningful. Whether it's an emergency fund, investments, or future goals, saving creates stability and confidence. One of the hidden benefits of financial minimalism is mental clarity. When you remove unnecessary expenses and simplify your life, your mind becomes less cluttered. You're no longer constantly worrying about money, bills, or keeping up appearances. This clarity allows you to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your goals, and your well-being. And that, in itself, is a form of wealth. Another important aspect is breaking free from comparison. Social media constantly shows you the highlight reels of other people's lives. Luxury trips, expensive purchases, perfect lifestyles. But what you don't see is the debt, the stress, and the pressure behind those images. Financial minimalism helps you step away from that comparison game. It reminds you that your life doesn't need to look like someone else's to be valuable. It's also important to understand that living on $1,000 a month doesn't mean you're stuck there forever. In fact, it gives you a strong foundation to grow from. When you learn how to manage money at a low level, any increase in income becomes powerful. Instead of increasing your lifestyle immediately, you can increase your savings, investments, and long-term security. This is how real wealth is built, not by earning more alone, but by controlling what you do with what you earn. Financial minimalism also improves your discipline. It teaches you patience, awareness, and long-term thinking. These are skills that go far beyond money. They affect your career, your relationships, and your overall life decisions. When you master your finances, you start feeling more confident and in control in every area of your life. At the end of the day, living rich on $1,000 a month is not about restriction, it's about freedom. It's about breaking out of the cycle where you constantly need more to feel okay. It's about realizing that you can create a high-quality life with less, as long as you're intentional about it. And once you experience that freedom, it changes everything. So if you take one thing away from this, let it be this: you don't need more money to start living better. You need a better system, a better mindset, and better decisions. Start small, cut what doesn't matter, focus on what does, and slowly you'll realize that rich was never about the number in your bank account, it was about the life you build with it. And if this perspective helped you even a little, make sure you stay consistent, keep learning, and keep improving, because the real journey to financial freedom starts with awareness, and you've already taken the first step.